how lucky we are.
Yeah, Sandy Shore.
That was Sandy Shore. Never mind that. We're sitting here and see this suddenly an incredibly beautiful woman.
Yeah.
Incredibly beautiful. Not just beautiful, also, thank heavens, made an effort.
It's nice to make an effort.
9 times out of 10, they come in here on the Saturday, because it's radio, hair in curlers, stinking of fags. We'll name no names, but almost every female guest we've ever had. All right, Elkie Brooks last week, she'd washed her hair at least. You know, but still was wearing, what was that? It was
sort of jumper
like
thing,
a market trader. But Tracy-Ann Oberman's coming, glamorous in a little black dress.
Yeah, and I literally just got up.
Cleavage on show.
Always on show.
Hair ringlety.
Gross.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that
This
all
is
your own?
all as God made it, Jonathan.
Makeup, everything, perfume, the works. Can't even smell the booze. She's got enough makeup on to cover the vodka that is required to get through life on Albert Square. How are you?
I'm all right, I think.
It's very cold down at Albert Square when you film down there, isn't it?
It's bitter, yeah. It's
Everyone I know who's worked on EastEnders, they always say, oh, it's terrible down there. This time of year, presumably, though, now it's getting a bit warmer, isn't it?
It's always cold down there, even in the boiling heat of summer. It's like a sort of post-nuclear sort of weather zone.
It is. It's like it's 2 or 3 degrees below what everywhere else is. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Now, the show at the moment it's getting back on top, I think.
Yes.
It's had a few knocks.
It's had a few knocks. It's had a few changes. It's had a few changes at the top. It's had a few changes cast-wise. But I think the press always try and sort of big up this rivalry.
Yeah.
And, I remember when Corrie was getting knocked a few years back for being a camp old warhorse. And look how that's resurrected like a phoenix.
And it was a camp old warhorse a couple of years ago. That's the point. Whereas, recently, EastEnders, there have been a lot of character changes. It's hard to follow who's doing what to whom and who's even on it anymore at the moment. But, I'm sure it will settle down.
I think it's doing all right. I think slowly but surely.
And you've been at the centre of probably the biggest and most exciting storyline in recent years.
Yeah. And I've outlived the entire Watts family. I am the only... Isn't it weird?
Isn't that fantastic? She went in and killed them all off.
One by one, they resigned.
She's like the Stalin of Albert Square.
Yes, exactly.
She goes to bed writing down a list. Hey, but before we do that, can I talk about something personal?
Oh, you go ahead.
Because my mum is down on EastEnders on a regular basis.
She is, yeah.
Now, she phoned me the other day, said, how are you? I said, I'm lovely, Mum. I'm always rushing around. And I said, fine. I said, well, I'm going away for the weekend. I said, great. She said, because it was my birthday yesterday.
Oh, Jonathan.
I forgot my mum. Oh, no. Oh, that's not good, is it?
That's terrible.
Well, I've been busy.
But so is Martha. Martha's always working down on that store.
I know, I forgot. But you know why? Because I got all the dates mixed up. I thought it was next week. And I still thought she was phoning. I thought it was like the 20th and her birthday on the 24th. And now I feel really bad.
Well, you should.
But I'm hoping now by just saying on the radio show, that's good.
Happy birthday, Martha.
Yeah, and I don't have to buy anything, do I?
Do you have to play a record for her?
No, just a mention's enough. There's no spoiler because next year she'll want even more. So thank you for indulging me there.
Thank you very much.
But there was a lot of people, I guess, who you have, like my mum, but others who are there on a regular basis, aren't kind of like full-fledged characters, but they're on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And you get to work with. It must be quite a strange community, I would have thought.
Well, it's brilliant because actually the people like your mum who've been there almost from the beginning, who've seen them come, seen them go, they're like the sort of headmasters or headmistresses of a school that's just watched the years come in.
Do you feel they're judging you when you're a newcomer?
I think in a way you have to earn your stripes, and if they like you, then they'll talk to you.
That's
that's a little bit of it. Quite right.
My mum will talk to anyone, of course. So, please don't feel flattered there. I've had once she was talking to a dead person.
Oh, don't be mean about Leslie.
Leslie, God bless him.
No, is it true that your mum looked like Elizabeth Taylor when she was young?
She did look like
She is very gorgeous now.
And she looks better than Liz Taylor now.
Absolutely.
Face it, I mean, saying you look like Liz Taylor now would be one of the worst insults you could level at someone, wouldn't it? God bless her.
Very beautiful.
God bless her. No, she's a lovely, beautiful woman.
Beautiful.
And as are you, Tracy.
Oh, and as are you've dressed up for the occasion as well.
Woman. I always like to put a suit on. It's easier.
But I feel very much like you.
Good.
Do you wear that just to go to the supermarket?
No. I've got some good jeans at the moment, but unfortunately they've got lots of bath product down them because the other night I was chasing the children around the house wearing my jeans. They're normally only for indoors. I was pretending to be the Auton from the new episode of Doctor Who. He's the shop dummy come to life, and I do it very well. I'll do it for you in a minute if you want. All that. And I even heard one of the kids halfway through chasing them, Harvey Tony said, "He does this one well." But I wasn't meant to hear that because they were hiding in the shower at the time.
Oh, I see.
Now, little did I know why they're hiding in the shower, and I'm pretending I don't see him because I'm an Auton. I'm going. Imagine this at home, because obviously it doesn't really work for radio.
He's doing robotics.
I hear a noise. I go,
quite eerily.
But then I back away again because I'm an Auton. I don't know what the noise is. It's like human noises mean nothing to me.
No.
So anyway, then I thought, I'm getting bored now. So I opened the door. I didn't know Honey had a big thing of bath gel squirted all over me. Scared of the Auton. My jeans now smell of coconut.
Oh.
Which is wrong, really.
It was really bad, your eye out.
Was your hair done last night?
No, it grows out of my head like this.
But look how beautiful your hair looks. Did you do it this morning especially?
It grows out my head.
You must have done something with it.
No, it grows. Do you think I paid to have this
It's
done?
like flax. It's like
a
wire wool,
thick... thing.
About this time of year, you're no doubt thinking about getting sheared, aren't you? It must be getting hot.
I like it to grow into a matted mess.
But really, it's so thick.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
What's the longest you've ever had it?
Sort of cousin it start. No, I know. This is about as long as it goes.
You have never had it all the way down
Well,
your
then
bum?
it would just be so heavy that I couldn't hold my head
wouldn't
up.
it? You look like a sort of like tribesman, an Afghan. Just think of the parts you'd get.
I know. Why that? Yeah, exactly.
Being in EastEnders is one of those jobs I would have thought where it's regular work, it's great work, it's high-profile work. It very much characterises and defines your career to an extent. Not necessarily forever, but for a while.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Well,
Right,
we're EastEnders.
yeah.
I mean, it's hard to think of some of the... Leslie Grantham will forever be dead.
Yes, I think so. I think it depends how long you're in it. I think
Yeah.
it depends how big your character... I mean, Tamsin Outhwaite, I suppose she will always be Mel from EastEnders.
To an
won't she?
extent, although she has kind of put it behind her by going off to do, Red Caps?
Red Caps,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And now she is the voice of the Channel 5 model show.
Yes, hello.
Have you been watching that?
I have, because I was a great fan of America's Next Top Model.
Good one. Now, who died and made Rachel Hunter a model? Because what's going on there?
What?
If I drag up, I'm more attractive than she is. What happened? What was Rod thinking there? Has he got glaucoma or something? When did that happen? Because he used to have, I don't admire the man for trading him in for a younger model every other year, but come on, if you're going to do it, don't suddenly go to the world of the she-male. Rachel Hunter, it's a chick with a dick. What's going on? Andy, you can't say that sort of thing this time.
no.
She's no Tyra Banks, I think we should
Heavens
say.
above!
No.
But I am somewhat obsessed by the show because it's the cheapest exploitation TV.
Oh, my Lord. It is. It's bargain basement America's Next Top Model. Can I say that one more time?
I think you can. I love that when she criticised one of them, she said, she criticised the models and obviously trying a bit, and she went, "You're morbid." I've never heard someone a model being accused of... That's a big... Since when was that a problem?
It's quite esoteric, yes.
Yeah, you're morbid.
Yeah.
Well, what she does in her own time's her own business, surely. As long as she can pout.
But it's quite existential kind of
It is.
criticism.
You're
isn't it?
morbid.
Yes.
And you're consumed with passion for death. And you're too introverted. Oh, it's
Exactly.
unbelievable. But I love the fact that on Channel 5 they're obviously trying to make it as salacious as possible. Like this week, to become top models, you have to wear very small pants and kiss each other.
Right.
That's not an actual model job.
Yeah. And the woman who works for Select.
Whoa!
Whoa.
It's really lovely to see trolls back in the I won a troll once at the fair. Did you ever have a troll as a child? I bet you did.
I think you did. At Hampstead Fair they used to have them, I
Yes.
think. Yes.
Oh, Hampstead Fair. So you're going to go to Hampstead Fair this weekend?
Yeah, I might go down there.
I might
get
go down
mugged.
there, much to the delight of the local paparazzi. No, it's one of those...
Yes, I'll see you down there.
It's one of the, and that's the terrible thing, is they're not after a nice photograph. They want to photograph you going around the world. It's with snot flying out of your face.
Absolutely.
Which they will probably get later on. I once went to the fair and the coconut shy man... I'm getting on, but I'm not bad. The coconut shy bloke, who had like 3 teeth in his head, called me over and went, "Your teeth. Bit of lemon juice and salt. That'll sort them out, make them white again." I was given cosmetic dental surgery advice by a bloke who runs a coconut shy in his twilight years. Is it? I think it's the
Comforting.
way.
No, you've got lovely
No, not
teeth.
the way. Your teeth are good.
Well, I mean, I thought my top teeth are good, bottom teeth slightly
Have you had them
rivalled.
done?
No.
Because you could go to America with teeth like that.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Don't you think? Hey, Andy, pay attention. What's he doing? He's
The
doing his
top
crossword
word.
over
I'm not
there.
doing the crossword.
I
He's
know.
doing the Daily Star.
I'm trying to work.
No word longer than 3 letters crossword.
I'm looking at the clock, working out what
Nice
we're
to
going to play.
feel welcome.
You've got ages.
Yeah.
Do you have a game plan though, Tracy? You could go to America, I think, if
Do you
wanted
think?
to.
I always wanted to play Alex Kingston's cousin in ER.
Well,
I always thought,
we should play. Tracy looks like a younger, more attractive
Oh,
version of
bless
Alex
you for
Kingston.
that.
See, we have to say that.
Yeah.
I thought always sort of slightly more ethnic version of Alex Kingston. But yes, I suppose.
No,
But I
what?
always thought-
Are you ethnic?
No, I just thought I had a sort of swarthy quality to
You look
Alex.
slightly. You could be Italian. You could be Jewish.
A little
you could
bit
be one of those
Turkish,
things. Are
one of
you
those.
any of those things?
Might be all 3.
Because, ideally, we like to tick a couple of ethnic boxes on
Yeah.
the show
Yeah.
once every 2 or 3 months.
I probably fulfil a couple of them.
It keeps people from talking about us, and the BBC are happy. Ideally, once a year or so, we put a ramp up. Because if we can get a wheelchair in, it speaks well of us.
Get Asher Taylor in.
Yeah,
a couple
exactly.
of times.
He's the first name we reach for. We are all for integration on this show.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
No, game plan good. I mean, I'm really enjoying it. I love the character. She's been, she's. I love playing her. She's quite camp, and she's, she got to kill off
And
Den.
also, to kill someone is a great thing
Yeah.
in drama, obviously, not
Totally.
in real life, I suspect, because then it's all sorts of things, getting
Yeah.
rid of the body and so on. But in drama, it must be like you think, and you've got that scene coming. That must have been a fun day at work,
Yeah, it was
wasn't it?
brilliant. And also, I think it had been leading up to it. He'd been suspended and what was happening,
Yeah.
and then the storyline had changed.
Yeah, everyone was watching
Everyone
for
was all
loads
thinking-
of different reasons.
So this is what happens. But it was exciting. It was good. It was an hour special.
Can I ask a question? This might
go.
be Ellen, but after the whole Leslie internet story broke, right, it must have been kind of difficult for him going back to work and stuff.
Well, he was. Not really, because that's the brilliant thing about Leslie. He's unbelievably professional, because it all broke that morning. We were at work that day. I'd only been in the show for about 48 hours.
You hadn't been there for too long, had you?
No, about a week and a half. And it would, and had only worked with him. And he just, said... Breezed in. Got on that set. It was never referred to again. If it ever did come up, he just went, I'm not talking about it, and just worked the 24 hours a day that we have to work down there.
Did he make a point of leaving his dressing room door open?
I have to say his laptop did disappear, but yes, he was...
I'm going to be in my room reading, doors open.
With the door open, come in.
Feel free to come and go at will. Nothing to hide in here.
Absolutely. But it's been interesting for me, I think, because I'd also come from a lot of comedy and, sketch shows and sitcoms. Yeah, because you were with Radio 4 for ages with the Sunday format, weren't you? Yeah, and Sean Locke, and I've done loads of radio, and also done a lot of theatre. I've been at the National with like Ken Branagh, and I was at the RSC for years. And you'll see she's plugging her own
credentials.
CV.
Yeah,
I've done so many different, lots of sitcom. I'd worked with Barrymore on Bob Martin. I'd done lots and lots of things.
Yeah, of course. Well, yeah, that's right. You were on Bob Martin. That was a good show. I think that was an underrated show, Bob Martin.
I think Bob Mills and Jeff Pope wrote it, and I think it was a bit ahead of its time in a way. I think had it come out now, I think people...
But he was an odd choice in a way, Barrymore, for it, because he was still seen very much as cosy Mr. Saturday Night.
Yeah.
And it's only to be a slightly kind of scabrous and unpleasant late-night character, and to see the warts and all working behind TV, celebrity, it was a kind of strange choice in a way. A brave choice, but I think maybe it did for it a little bit, it would have been
But it was big problem was that it was on at ITV, and it really should have been a kind of maybe BBC.
Well, isn't that the big problem of most shows?
Yeah, EastEnders will love you for that,
Selling shampoo. No wonder you can't concentrate on the programme, because Hey, speaking of adverts, have you noticed recently that they've started trying to sell face cream for men?
Yes.
Now, that's a bad thing, isn't it? And in a really simple way, in the same way that they bullied women for years.
Yeah.
It's an advert. My wife pointed this out to me. There's a bloke, and he's not a bad-looking fella, going, you think those lines make you look distinctive. She thinks they make you look like an old carrier bag. It's something like that.
Yes, exactly.
So men are going to panic and stuff.
You'll never have sex again.
We're made of sterner stuff. I'm telling you now, L'Oreal. We're not buying it, eh? The Beauty Myth, Naomi Wolf. I've read it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Absolutely.
Have you read it?
Yeah, I have.
I haven't actually read it.
I read the first two chapters.
I'm going to say I've read it.
Yes, I read 2 chapters. How to put it.
I'm sure it makes perfect sense.
Perfect.
Yeah. But it's a terrible thing. They're trying to bully us into buying the cream.
And the one that gets me...
Well, come to think of it.
What?
Hey, you're looking a bit wrinkly.
Am I?
Yeah.
I thought I was all right. I've managed to keep my,
For a second, I thought it was Phil Collins. Have we got time for a track?
No, we've only got a minute to go before the news.
Well, we'll chat before that then. Do you miss doing the comedy stuff? Because EastEnders is not known for laughs.
Not masses of laughs.
But it's kind of unfair, because there are moments, there are often moments of humour, and it's, grows from the drama itself, so it's more real, but it's not really...
It's not, but some of it is quite funny. Sometimes you get the odd one-liner, but I've been quite lucky, because when I joined EastEnders, I was doing a thing for Hattrick called Bromwell High, which is an animation series.
Right. I haven't seen that.
It's about to come out, and it's about the worst comprehensive in South London. And
I thought you were going to say about the worst programme I've ever seen in my life.
The worst?
It sounded like you would really... I thought, that's very bold.
She's very brave, very honest.
It's rubbish. Everything I've done is rubbish. Anyway.
This is just marginally less rubbish.
And this is an animated thing?
Yeah, so I play Miss Dixon, and it's just funny. It's really funny. It's produced by Anil Gupta, who did The Office.
Anil Gupta, yes. Okay.
Yes, and it's got lots of comedy people in it, and so that's been quite nice. So I've kept my hand in there.
So you can do that, and I suppose because you're not front of camera there, that's much kind of lower workload, really. You just turn up and it's a day or
I've had to finish it off while I've been doing EastEnders, so every so often I pop back into Soho and do the odd,
But that must be really nice, because
really nice.
I get the feeling, being on a soap, one of those things is you do lose touch with the rest of the world.
Yeah, you live in Walford world.
Yeah, and you can't then work elsewhere, because you're needed there. They work you there about 5 or 6 days of the week?
Yeah, 12 hours. When you've got a big storyline, 12-hour days, 6 days a week. I got married in the middle. I haven't seen my husband for 2 months.
You actually got married while you were doing EastEnders?
While I was doing EastEnders. They let me off practically the day before. I snuck it in on the Sunday.
But I think that's a good thing in a relationship.
Yeah, I think it...
Start as you mean to go on.
Exactly.
Start as you mean to go on. We're going to go to the news.
Yeah.
We will chat some more to Tracy-Ann Oberman after this. 88 to 91 FM. This is Radio 2 from the BBC. Now, I like that. I've forgotten who that is.
The Sleepy Jackson.
That's a great track. We used to play that a lot, didn't we? But it's nice when it comes back. It's like a welcome friend returning. We're having a lovely time talking to Tracy-Ann Oberman. You'll know at the moment she's in EastEnders on the BBC every week. It's a big, an important time for EastEnders, but that's a big storyline you're involved in, because hanging over you is it's not so much guilt, but I suppose the fear of being caught out for the murder of the man formerly known as Dirty Dan.
Yes. I mean, and finishing off a soap icon was such a great experience.
Although we know from past experience he'll be back.
I said that. It'll be like Kill Bill. He'll be punching his way through that...
coming up through the grave.
Exactly.
Because previously we all thought he was gone.
Yeah.
I mean, this time we're more certain, because you did a pretty full job, didn't you?
I did. I hit him on the back of the head with a steel dog. But
now, what was it? It was a doorstopper,
was it? Pauline's doorstop in the shape of Betty the dog.
Wow, fantastic.
Why that was... And I banged him on the head, and then we had to drag his body and bury him. But the good thing was, when we were filming it, he had to lie there for 3 hours in a pool of blood, and his hair, of which he admits himself he hasn't got much, stuck to the blood.
Congealed blood.
And so as he ripped his head off, it left half the thing behind.
Oh, what do they use for the blood these days?
They use a sort of sticky concoction of sort of, I don't know, tomato ketchup.
They use some sort of syrup in America.
Yes, a
I know that.
syrupy
It's like
thing.
some sort of like molasses type thing. That must be horrible, lying down. Also, and knowing you're being written out of a series anyway. Right?
The ignominy of lying there for like...
So they've written me out. Everyone knows I've been on the internet for weeks, right, and wasted a lot of time. And now I've got to lie, and I'm probably going to lose some more of my hair.
But he's so bloody professional. He's brilliant. He's so brilliant because he just did it. He just gets on with it.
I've met him a few times, and I've really always enjoyed his company.
Yeah, he's
and,
great.
and when it was all happening, obviously, like everyone else, I was making jokes on shows about it because it was a gift. But at the same time, I did feel for him and think, well, he's a really kind of decent guy.
Yeah, he's a good family man, and he's whatever he may or may, he's a very professional actor. And
well, never mind whatever he may or may, we know full well what it was. It's no longer in doubt. That's the problem. Have you ever been on an internet chat room?
Me?
Yeah.
Did I do you? And also, why would he go on?
Hold
in
on,
his
that
name?
wasn't a yes or no. That was just a kind of.
I've watched and learnt, Jonathan, in my short time at EastEnders. I've had my popcorn and I'm watching.
She cleans out her cache on a regular basis. It's an internet-based reference.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, a cache is where it stores all the information of where you've been. Don't ask me how or why.
How
I know
do you
that.
know that?
Yeah, well, a friend of mine works in computers.
Right.
So, EastEnders, how long do they have you sign up for? What kind of contract do they give people? Because if you're in a big store like that, presumably they want to make sure you're going to be there until it resolves.
Yes.
But do they have you on a deal where they can keep you longer if they wish? Or?
Yeah, I think, because originally I'd come in, as his wife, his
Yes.
second wife, and I think they had quite a big storyline for that plan. Obviously, that got a bit scuppered.
Right.
Then the rest of the Wattses left the building, and it was just left on with me and then him when he'd come back from the suspension. And so the storyline, I was waiting to hear what was going to happen, how the storyline was going to move on.
Yeah.
So they had originally, I'd signed quite a long contract with options on either side.
And so the options now, at the moment, do you know how much longer you're going to
Well,
be
they've
there
renewed me for another year.
So you're definitely there
They
for another
definitely
year?
renewed me for another year, and I guess we'll take it from there.
That must be great, though, knowing that you've got a year, what you're enjoying doing. It's
Yeah.
a good character, and you're with a show, which, I mean, even when these sort of soaps are down, they're still huge programmes.
Yeah, massive. I mean, still get the night we killed him, he still got like 58% of the share.
Yeah.
That's like 14, 15
People
million
aren't
people.
really complaining. It's kind of like you're quibbling about small drops and peaks and troughs, but really, ultimately, they're huge.
It's still 12 million people, 10, 11, 12 million.
The one thing that always amazes me about soap operas is why people on soap operas obviously never talk about soap operas.
No.
Now, we know why this is, of course, because you can't talk about the one you're in.
Yeah.
But you'd think they'd invent soap operas for them to watch so they could talk about it.
Genius. I did water cooler moments within a soap where you're talking about the soap that's...
most people you meet, they are chatting about, did you see this? Even if they only like, say, I'm more into American programmes than English soaps.
Yeah.
I mean, I do watch them to keep an idea of what's going on.
What do you watch?
ER. I love ER.
Right.
Gotta love ER. West Wing.
Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Curb Your Enthusiasm's fantastic.
Genius.
Not really a soap, though, is it?
No, but I still wanted to bring it up.
It's just like watching David Baddiel's life unfold, isn't it? I mean, essentially, that's it. If he could write down just his day-to-day life, it would be the same programme. and we know David's listening right now. He loves getting a mention on the show.
Oh, hello, David.
For him, it's like... And that's a mitzvah. Which is the wrong way to use that phrase. I wanted to sound a little bit Jewish for him. That would really make his weekend. Do Jewish people celebrate Easter?
I think it's Passover around this, a similar thing, isn't it, without the eggs?
I suppose they just get an egg, because, everyone loves an egg.
But made out of matzah.
When are we going to drop the religious holidays and just say, look, this is the time when we buy presents and this is the time when we have the eggs? Because that's essentially what
like America, Happy Holidays. It sort of all covers everything.
And they make them all up. They made a new one up for Christmas called Kwanzaa.
Did they?
Yeah, because Africans were feeling left out, so they invented an African thing. It was only invented in the 60s. Then we'll go and say Happy Kwanzaa. There's no such thing. You can't make up a tradition, can you?
No.
Although I suppose they had to start somewhere, didn't they? Tracy-Ann is going out for... Do people call you Tracy-Ann?
Tracy, I think, when we're friends.
But Tracy-Ann is how...
Is my name. Tracy-Ann, it's like so American, isn't it? Tracy-Ann.
But why do you like using it then?
I don't know. Because I think it's because in my head I thought Tracy was very common.
Tracy
and
is
my
common,
name is
yeah.
Tracy-Ann. Was Tracy-Ann.
Tracy's common, but in quite a good way.
But in a good way. It sort of places me in a certain time and place in England's history.
Tracy. See, Tracy's common.
Tracy-Ann.
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 We're joined by Tracy-Ann. Yeah, you see, Tracy-Ann does
very
sound...
voiceover, isn't it? Tracy-Ann Oberman. It's almost like a...
voiceover voice coming in there. Yeah. Well, that was good.
Oh, see, I've done that, yes.
Tracy-Ann Oberman. Now, Tracy-Ann's sister, whose name I believe is probably something like Kylie.
Deborah.
Deborah.
Yeah, Tracy and Deborah.
Is it really Deborah?
It's Deborah, yeah.
Deborah Shirley or just Deborah?
Deborah Jane.
Deborah Jane. Is it really Deborah Jane?
Tracy-Ann, Deborah Jane.
Oh, that's fantastic. So your parents wanted 4 kids but couldn't afford them.
Exactly.
So thought that would sound good.
Yeah.
So, and it's Deborah's birthday is it today?
Going out for lunch.
Wow.
That's why I'm dressed up with my makeup. Thank
She's
you.
45, you said. Is that
122 is amazing. Oldest living woman.
And you go, that's lovely. And going out for lunch with Mum as well?
Yes, Mum, yes.
So just the ladies?
Yeah, I think it might be just a lady. Or maybe her 2 little boys.
OK. Oh, that will spoil the fun, won't it?
Yes, we're trying to palm them off.
I mean, it's not, you know, they're nice for the first 15 minutes.
Exactly, and they start screaming. You go to a posh restaurant.
Yeah, you want to, with kids, you need somewhere they give you crayons when you walk in the door, don't you? And you're not going to get that upmarket. And then afterwards, a bit of shopping?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm seeing Bond Street looming.
A little bit of shopping?
Thank you.
Then maybe coffee somewhere?
Yeah, coffee and a cake.
And then possibly a pipe?
We do like a crack pipe at the end of the night.
I wish women smoked pipes more often.
Oh, a pipe? Oh, you serious?
Not a crack
No,
pipe.
not a crack. Oh, dear. That says so much about my upbringing there.
Obviously, she's still thinking that maybe Pete Doherty will give her a pipe one day. No, like Victorian ladies used to smoke the long white pipe. And I think that looks good. That and an eye patch on a woman, that's a good thing, isn't it? You don't see that so much anymore.
Were those long pipes a sort of quite a lesbian thing, or did it all women, Victorian women do?
I think all pipes have a lesbian connotation.
Okay.
I don't know, let's find out. Get me, what's her name? Sandy Toksvig on the phone. We'll settle this once and for all. She likes a pipe, I mean.
Does she?
There's a new lesbian drama coming on the BBC soon called The Fingersmith. Could you be any more blatant? They're calling it The Fingersmith. Why do you call it The Fingersmith? You can't... Can you get away with that? We'd get told off for that, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
If you said, I'm doing a drama about lesbians called The Fingersmith, hold on there. I can stop you there. All right? Let's use a euphemism.
I thought it was a joke. I saw the trailer the other night. My jaw dropped.
It's The Fingersmith.
The finger.
The last one, Tipping the Velvet, was bad enough, wasn't it? Coming up soon, Munching the Carpet. What's going to be next? I think it's time to draw the line.
Yeah. I think so. Let's close those curtains.
No, don't. That's
I'm sorry.
The curtain closer. I think we better say goodbye to you, Tracy.
Oh, it's been lovely.
You've got lunch to go to.
I have.
Well, look, wish your mum well first.
I will, and say hello to Martha.
Do me a favour, will you? Forget her birthday this year, so at least I've got some ammunition. I say everyone does it.
Tell Martha I remembered her birthday.
I will go.
Great pleasure.
Happy birthday, Mum, if you're listening. I'm terribly, terribly sorry. I feel very bad. Tracy, have a lovely day.
Thank you. Lovely
Good luck with the rest of EastEnders. It's going great, and I'm sure it'll soon be back at the very top where it belongs.
Pinnacle.
If only because your presence will make it the hit it deserves. Tracy, lovely to meet you. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.